Here are 10 facts you didn't know about Ja Morant, who is on his way to becoming an NBA superstar, including a secret addiction and high-speed vehicle collisions that could have killed someone. If it weren't for a bag of Doritos, Ja Morant might not be where he is today. When Ja Morant was a senior in high school, there were still no jobs for him to apply for, and he had no scholarship offers. He was also having difficulty getting recruited for even mid-level programs in an effort to increase his chances. Ja participated in a D1 basketball camp. He had potential to be recruited, but despite that, he was not chosen to play in front of scouts. Little did he know, however, that this was truly a blessing in disguise. The head scout from Murray State, James Kahn, decided to leave the game because he was getting a little peckish to find a vending machine. While getting a soda and a bag of Doritos, he overheard some people crying in the gym next door and decided to peek in. The first thing he sees is his jock flying through the air and absolutely slamming on some poor kid. Josh stole the ball at the opposing end, ran coast to coast, and again hit this youngster in the head. Kahn right away, immediately after realizing a serious error had been made, he decided to sign Joe to Murray State, and the rest is history. Morant avoids Primo's onslaught, but Joe wasn't always a 6'3" basketball shooter. Even God reaching that recruiting when Joe was in high school, he was anything but what we see today. He was short and slow, and he couldn't even dunk. Every day, he would practice with his father in the backyard on their constructed concrete court, sprinting through numerous cone drills and jumping rope. On tractor tires, he made every effort to compensate for his shortcomings, but even that wasn't enough until, out of the blue, like the man had been bitten by a radioactive spider, his jaw grew nearly half a foot, and his vertical leap doubled in just one summer. We've all experienced growth spurts, but that's just downright otherworldly. The basketball players gave Ja everything he needed to be able to throw down the way he does today, but that isn't the secret to his success on the court. Instead, last season he developed a secret workout that completely changed the NBA. When you think of his job, you probably think of his ridiculous posters. Ja's trainer spent the entire offseason preparing a new hidden weapon. Since they anticipated this was going to happen in the final year, he jumped from averaging 19 to 27 points per game and established career highs in both his three-point percent and physical percentage. Ja perfected the art of the floater, which caused his points in the paint to soar. Whenever a defender tried to catch him at the rim, he simply flicked the ball up with a perfect touch, resulting in easy buckets. However, it was almost all for nothing when Ja almost lost his life on his 23rd birthday. Ja then posted some videos of him and his boys celebrating in downtown Memphis the following morning. Images and videos of what appeared to be Ja's car were going viral on social media, and it was completely destroyed, so everyone immediately feared the worst. Fans even started looking for him, but they were unsuccessful. A few hours later, he appeared on social media and addressed the situation, saying, "After a fun night out, Johnny's boys had a heavy case of the munchies. They're in no shape to drive, but the munchies." Despite Ja's recovery, they ended up totaling Josh's car, which shocked several fans, because the munchies excursion nearly cost him his life. Hearts skip a beat, but not as much as when everyone thought Ja was dead during the pandemic. The Grizzlies were one of the teams who reached the bubble playoffs, and days before the first game, online rumors started to circulate. Ja Morant had passed away, according to a report, but no one could see him in the open to confirm the report because everyone was confined to their hotel rooms during quarantine. Rumors were true, but thankfully other reporters in the bubble saw the story and quickly exposed it as fake news. That rumor was probably just some hunchback trolls screaming for Gatorade in his mother's basement. And it's a good thing this guy just hides behind his computer all day, because little did he know Ja has a dark side look. We all know talking trash is part of being a competitor. However, one time Ja took things too far, dragged Josh Gao into the equation, and Ja lost his job completely. He fell for the troll's bait and said, "It's free to see how hollows feel. If you're confused, hollow means bullets. I'm literally going to kill the guy." Go after Diazus. The NBA TV crew found Ja on the sidelines of a summer league game and pressed him for an impromptu interview. Joe agreed to do the interview, and at first things were going well. However, when they asked you about rumors of addiction, he clammed up. This is not the only time Ja's revealed some of his inner demons. He's been struggling with something that he only recently opened up about. His mind began to race with ideas. Remember that Rolls-Royce they totaled? You brought 2 exact replicas of it, plus a special Ferrari Roma and a $14 million villa to park all the whips. When asked about his addiction to the bag during the off-season, Jack Kraft admitted it to the interviewer and said it was his one and only vice. Josh had been seeing solid gold Cuban chains, diamond earrings, and cash Benjamins drop from the sky before that gorgeous $230 million contract finally materialized. No one really knows how much Josh spent, but the average full court costs from $17,000 to $76,000. This fan likely donated around $1 million for the community when the new courts were unveiled, jiving shuffling around the city. For weeks he was spotted again and again with Under Armour reps traveling in secret all around Memphis, stopping off at local parks in every part of the city. It turns out that Ja teamed up with Under Armour to make 13 brand new basketball courts for the city. The people, but not only the significant events, will be covered by the media. When Josh was eating with the boys at a local diner, the elderly waitress began chatting with him. She was with a kind old lady who was just trying to make ends meet, and she didn't even recognize Ja first, so she wasn't even giving him any special treatment. The two were just laughing and enjoying each other's company. It appeared as though the waitress had just run into a long-lost nephew. He gave this woman a $500 tip, and instantly, Ja became wealthy. She practically began sprinting around the restaurant screaming in happiness, which is why so many people adore her job. When all was said and done, Ja was claiming it as his son. Oh, godson, don't blink. It all started after Job won Rookie of the Year, and the zoo decided it wanted to honor him. South Carolina even declared that April 10th is now Ja Morant Day, but what Memphis Zoo did in tribute to Ja was wild. The frontrunner for the most outrageous job tribute has to be the Memphis Zoo. When Ja learned about this, he accelerated to the zoo and arrived there right away. Ja, and still visits his child to this day. He even promised that if he enters the dunk contest, he'll dunk over Ja Rap. Make it happen. When they chose to name a live animal at their job a newborn giraffe while Ja lay dying in that cute little guy, he fell in love, man. Adam Silver.